It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we'll be watching the Falcons' rookie running back. He's coming off a great week, reaching triple digits in yards with a collection of touchdowns. It's the Falcons and the Saints next.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Superdome here in New Orleans. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete there to Johnson. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
In today's NFL, when you talk about goals for defenses, and you think that maybe you'd like to hold them under 14 points or so, we think our offense can usually get 17 to 20, so that's a reasonable goal. But when you hold a team under 100 yards of total offense, you're going to win 99 times out of 100. And the one game you lose, you'll know who to blame.
Now Carr. Again, it's Johnson. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Carr completes it, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his third completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to...
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll run on first down. Irving. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's a 2nd and 8. Back to throw here. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Ryan Brzee fought in and got him down. Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
You talk about this Falcon defense.
Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be number 1 and be the top of your profession.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Gets around him. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown, Falcons. A 71-yard punt return.
And the Falcons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now this throw caught left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. 2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taken in at the 11. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be Falcon football.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here's a quick throw caught out wide. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. On play action, they'll throw. That's caught left side. The tight end Pitts. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. The Falcons at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And this would be quite a start for them if they could win 2 straight on the road.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't do them any favors. They gave them 2 road games right out of the gate, but the thinking on the team has to be, imagine if we win these 2 games. What a setup for the rest of the season for us.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 33 yards that time. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Throwing his car on 3rd down.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And it's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Jalen Hyatt, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now Carr.
And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on first and second down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Kamara try the right side. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10.
And the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hyatt has got it.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown!
Kyle Pitts.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Falcons continue to pull away here in this first half. Coup for the extra point.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached half.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. Last week they defeated the Broncos, and they've got the lead here as well as they work with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now 2nd and 3.
He'll drop to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Milton Williams never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12.
They're going to look to throw.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here's Carr to throw.
There's Chris Olave.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Carr now to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
A 4-receiver set here, 3rd and 5.
They'll set up to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A 1st down and then some. Give them 29 yards. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this one is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described.
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Falcons are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Saints coming out now to take the field.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On first down, Carr. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Lorenzo Carter. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Carr going to throw. And he's going to go down again.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the fourth quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a fourth down. Here comes the Saints punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. On first down, Irving.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll keep it on the ground. Irving.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. Back to throw now on first down. And he will slide to a halt at the end of that one. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Koo now for the point after.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And Carr's throw complete there to Thomas. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First grab for Thomas. It's good for a first down as well. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Kamara off the draw. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. To throw his Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
And there he goes again. And they are going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Now 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Carr. That's Olave bringing in another one. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Now back to throw. That one finds Hyatt. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant